They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
Thank you, competitors. Start your engines. Have a great day on the water today. I'll hand over to Dan. All right, welcome to everyone who's come down here and miraculously got into our closed park this weekend. Corcoran Park, we are here at Grafton, and this is the Bassman round of the 13Fishing Bass Pro Series here on the Clarence River. Absolutely cracking day yesterday, both weather-wise and fish-wise. The guys really got stuck into them. It was raining 1.6, 1.7, 1.8 kilo bass, but the biggest bass weighed in yesterday, just a little bit over 2 kilos by Mike Goodwin. The biggest bag yesterday, 4 fish, for listen to this, 6.99 kilos. Crazy big bags. It took well over 5 kilos to get anywhere up near the money. This event, we have 46 boats fishing, 46 non-boaters fishing, and they're fishing for a combined limit of 4 legal bass. Now, before we get started, I'll give some of these guys in the weigh-in line here. Got a few extra bags here, so guys, come and help yourself to those fellas. And and we're going to start these fish flowing through. What happens is they've got those 4 fish alive in their live wells in their boats. They bring them up. We rest them in the bump tub there, give them a bit of a drink, and then we get them up here, weigh the fish alive, and let them go back into the Clarence River afterwards, which means that no fish come out of the water. These guys fishing for $11,000 worth of cash and about $4,000 or $5,000 worth of product prizes. So I think so long as the live's ready and the scorers are ready, we are ready to weigh in some fish. And let us get the first angler up. Angler's name is? Aidan Bickle. And who are you fishing with today, Aidan? With Russ Winters. And how many fish there? You got 4?
4 there, you mate.
4, and you went downstream, it looks like, today.
Went downstream first, and then we went up to Cars Creek. So
Awesome. All right, well, let's get these 4 on the scales for Aidan and Russ, and those 4 fish goes. One of the smaller bags, 2.445 kilos. You grab those, and you grab these weigh-in sheets. They get a little souvenir and a receipt from their weigh-in there. Go, let those go in the river. So that's the first boat that's got their full limit of 8 out of 8 fish for the weekend. What the scorers do now is they enter them into the computer. Eventually, for the live viewers, they will show the top 10 down each side of the live stream. For all of the people that are here in the park, we're going to have them on the click-clack boards here. You can see a hard copy of those scores. And we go from there. So we just let them add the 2 ones together. That's why it takes a little bit of time to go between the weigh-ins. And then as soon as I get the thumbs up from the scorers, we're good for the next bag. Rightio, Nick Anderson, come up and show us what you got. You ran a camera for us yesterday, mate, but let's have a look at what you got in there. Have you got 4 for us?
Four fish in there, mate. They're about the same size as yesterday.
Yeah, we said on the highlights last night you sort of missed the size you needed to get up and contend, but you stayed away from the leaders today, didn't you? You did the right thing.
Yeah, I did actually. I just went downstream and tried to make it happen where I was yesterday. There was better fish there, but not for me. They weren't happening.
Let's get them on the scales. 4 fish for Nick. Those fish come in at 2.675 kilograms. I'll give you your receipts there, and you can go let those fellas back in the Clarence. Getting some valuable Angler of the Year points for qualification for the Bass Pro Grand Final on Nick's home river up in the Richmond River later this year. What's that? Okay, that's right. Scoring tenders tell me that we have a competition this year called the Lose Limits. We've got a couple of grand worth of lose gear, and every time you catch a limit in a tournament, which is your limit on the Saturday and the Sunday, you get an entry into that, and we draw that at the grand final this year. Someone walks away with a couple of $1,000 worth of lose stuff. Someone going to put the click-clacks up? Yep. Score is good? Nope. Guys also fishing this weekend for the $500 VMC Bass, Big Bass. It's a brand of hook. A lot of guys will be running VMC hooks on their lures, and they've kicked in $500 for the biggest bass this weekend. Can be a boater or a non-boater that catches it. Doesn't really matter, but currently a little bit over 2 kilos. 2.02 kilos, I think, big bass sitting at the moment. Every chance that is going to get knocked off today. All right, next bag up. Who is it? Phil Nix. If you watched our videos from this morning, you would have seen the back of Phil's boat there, mate. Just give us a quick story about, I heard the story, the sticker on the back of your boat this morning that was on that video, and we played it before the live weigh-in today. Tell us that story.
Oh, that's about my dad. It's got his details on there from the army. He was one of those fellas that lied to get in young.
Yep.
And then got captured on Crete and spent a few years in the POW camps. So he had it pretty tough, the old fella.
Yep, and it's wonderful that we could go fishing today and enjoy all the freedoms we have, because guys like your old man made those sacrifices.
He would have come out with me today. Yeah.
I'm sure he was there in spirit. 1.305 kilos. How many bass did you have in there, Phil? 2 fish for Phil today. Okay, thanks for coming up, mate. Thanks for helping us celebrate Anzac Day. Saying he needs Carl Jochimson's big bass that he caught. Anyone that follows ex-ABT angler Carl Jochimson in the USA would know he finished just outside the top 10 cut today in Lake Fork in Texas, and just missed out on fishing tomorrow. Means it would have been a long day for us bass fishing. We'd be up all day fishing today and then up all night tonight watching him on TV. While we're waiting, Tony, leave your bass in there. Come and have a chat to us. This is the unofficial mayor of Grafton here, Tony Thorley. Going to have a bit of a word to council on Monday, mate, about maybe Tuesday, about how good a job you did, mate. You and your fellas got the park cleaned up. You've organised the key for us. We've had a great time in town, and look at all the people coming out. We didn't even advertise it was on. People everywhere.
No, Parks and Garden guys done great to get the park this good, and all the doom and gloom has had us as not getting a chance to fish, and we've put them to shame.
Well, I tell you what, how good is this river fish this weekend? Yesterday I reckon there was 30 or 40 bass that would normally win big bass in this tournament, and we kept me up. 1.7 is not even worth weighing for big bass.
Yeah, what did I say about 10 days ago, fortnight ago? We'll see 7 kilo.
Well, we didn't see 7 kilos, mate. It was only 699.
I've done a Joey. I missed by 10.
Oh, no. Go and grab me some fish, mate. I'm sure the scores are ready. I thought we were definitely over the Joey jokes this weekend. We better watch out. I see Prue down there somewhere. She'll give you a severe frowning. You got 4 fish for us?
3 again.
3 fish for Tony Thorley. Let's get them on the scales. Those 3 fish go 1.84 kilos. I'll give you one of them for you, one for your non-boater, mate. And go get them back into the Clarence. Thank you very much for helping this weekend. Tony Thorley, the unofficial mayor of Grafton. Nothing goes on in fishing here without him knowing about it. I see there's the boats are all coming in. The boats will come in over the next 30 minutes, actually. We've got a 1 o'clock flight that should all be in. We have another 15 boats coming in at 1:15 and another 15 boats coming in at 1:30. So you're going to see around just under 50 boats full of anglers weigh in this afternoon. 4 fish limit they're allowed to bring in. Those fish have to be 30 centimetres to the fork of the tail to be legal. And, of course, afterwards we let them back go in the river. Corey Gold, are you next up, mate? Come all the way from Victoria, and good to be fishing, mate, and good to be. That's a decent bag. Good to be up in the sunshine, mate. Not in a Victorian winter.
Oh, look, it's been good. Everyone's been bagging me for having the tracksuit pants on, but it's a very hot day for me today.
They're just going to stop flapping around. Bang, 3.105 kilos, mate. That'll give you some valuable Angler of the Year points because you want to go to that grand final up in the Richmond, don't you?
I do. I very much so.
Awesome, mate. Thank you, Corey, and thanks for making the big trip up. One of the furthest travelled anglers to get here this weekend to get the job done. Fishing in his alloy craft boat with a Mercury on the back. Sponsor's dream, that man. Got all the good gear on it. We're giving away the identical copy of Corey's boat at the grand final at the Richmond this year. It's worth about $50,000. It's got about a 150 horsepower Mercury on the back. It's a 5 metre long boat. It's going to have a trolling motor on the front. It's got live wells in it. It's got lithium batteries inside, sounders. It's going to have the whole shooting match. Who's next up? You? I'm just waiting till the scorers are ready. All right, we'll get the thumbs up from the big man Dan, and Craig Simmons is coming through. And Simo, I saw a couple of I've seen at least 3, I think, out on the water of the Bass Cat prize boats we've given away in the past.
Yeah, there's at least 3 there, mate. I had a thought that there might have been 4, but my memory's not that good because that was before I did it. When Kim used to do it, there's one of them out there too.
That's right, it is too. And
4. So
you got a good bag today, mate. You have 4.585 kilos. And what was the secret today to improving that bag from yesterday?
absolutely nothing. We must look at. I reckon, talking about the rivers, and let's promote Clarence while we can. I reckon that's the most fish I've ever caught in a bass tournament, and I've been doing that for 20 years.
Yep.
So in the vicinity of 60 to 70 fish both days. Just caught them on soft plastics. A lot of people going loud because of the dirty water. They seen them pretty good, 2.5-inch plastics. And little mazzy pops. So you'd throw them in, the fish would bite them, you'd get them lit up, throw the plastics in behind them, get 2 or 3 after you'd lit them up with the popper. Just followed that pattern all day. We had a stretch to ourselves so our fish weren't getting hurt by other people. Just a brilliant weekend. Absolutely.
Happy days, mate. It is good fun fishing in these rivers, and anyone who normally fishes a lake, what do you say? You go fishing in a river, you have some fun, don't you?
Variety too, you know. An on-boater caught his first ever flathead in his life, so that was pretty cool as well.
Happy days. Well done, Craig Simmons. Thank you for your support over the years for ABT. Oh, Kelvin Hatton, 11.1 kilos, leading the non-boaters at the moment. Good work there from the score tent. You guys are good? Ready for the next one? Anthony Thorpe, come up and bring some fish to me, mate. Anthony Thorpe from down Central Coastway in New South Wales. Mate, you did a good deed and ran out and gave someone a jump starter before. Is that because you had 9 kilos in the bag and you had the time? You've only got 3.
No, only 3, 1 short. So, yeah, cut me fishing time short, but, yeah, it's the right thing to do. Help them out.
All right, mate, 3 fish there. That's a decent bag, 2.355 for 3 fish. I'm going to give you those back. I'm just going to grab your receipts out of the printer here. And mate, Clarence, fishing pretty good. You got one good fish in there. What did that big one eat?
It was a bait junkie, little paddle tail in the motor oil colour. So that's what we got them all on today. So caught heaps of fish, just not the right size, unfortunately.
Good on you, mate. Anthony Thorpe did well at Glenbourne last time, catching fish here again this weekend at the Clarence. Getting the job done. So the way the shared weight system works, of course, we have 2 guys out there in a boat in each boat, or guy and a girl, or 2 anglers in each boat. They bring in their best 4 fish. Doesn't really matter who catches them. They're allowed to have 2 each. But 1, 2, 3, 4 fish. We weigh them in alive. They both get that weight. But on the Sunday, the partners all swap around. So you might fish with one person one day and another person the next day, which is why the weights aren't all the same at the end. So Kelvin Hatton leading the non-boaters there with over 11 kilos of fish. Yesterday, Mike Nelson was leading the boaters with 6.99 kilo bag. And it'll be interesting to see what comes into this weigh-in today. So the name is Nelson. You were fishing with who today?
With Tim Morgan.
With Timmy, eh? I've got to get Timmy up here as well. I know he's doing some work there. He's got 3 bass. Let's get these out of the road first. And what was it like fishing with the big man from Rapala today? Had a good fun day on the water?
Yeah, it was awesome. Great bloke to fish with.
You only had 3 there. Did he blame you for not getting the 4th? Because I would.
No, I got 2. I outfished the man today.
Nice. Well, I'll get you to take those fish and put them back in the water. Grab your receipts here. You got 1.79 for your 3 fish. Timmy, come up here. Just have a little quick word to us. This is Rapala distributes 13Fishing, which is a rod and reel brand that sponsors this series. Tell us a little bit about the tackle.
Yep, 13. I think they'll come into its own this weekend. It's what we found, a lot of it's accurate casting in, and you can do a lot more accurate casts with bait casters. So that's why I think 13's pretty popular with the field.
Now, you did a shout out yesterday to your 2 kids. What are their names?
Riley and Sienna.
And she didn't like being on TV yesterday, so we've got a special picture for the live stream viewers here. Nicole's going to run it now of Sienna and one of her fish. What do you remember what the photo is?
Yep, it's a 47 forker she caught herself at Somerset, and she was pretty chuffed with it. And I hope you've been good for Nanny and Poppy this weekend.
There you go, Sienna. You are on TV now. Don't complain about being on it. You'll be on it even more. Thank you, Timmy. Thanks for the support of the series. Thank you, Nicole, for organising that embarrassing moment for Sienna. Scorers are good. Okay, who have we got next? Mick, who are you fishing with today, Mick?
Simon Marchant.
Simon Marchant and Mick Capilli. Only one today, mate, but this is your... I'll get a weight on this thing first. Let me put it on there. That's 1 fish for 635 grams. But I just want to have a little bit of a chat to you, and I'll get the next one in. I'll get one of the guys to come over and grab these fish. You put it in your pocket. Someone go put this fella back in the water. Thanks, Mr. Lennox. Tell us about this. Is your first event fishing in the back of a boat. What was the experience like?
Oh, I loved it. Really, really enjoyed it. Two good guys to fish with. We hit good spots. We threw good lures. We were doing everything right, and the fish wouldn't play. I thought it was a good fisherman until today.
Mate, look, anyone in this field on their day has got the talent to win this thing, and fishing with 2 different people in 2 different boats, 2 different techniques over the days.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was sort of a lot more cranking yesterday. Whereas who was it? Nick was cranking. I sort of threw spinnerbaits, jig spins, just to sort of follow him different water. Today we both threw a lot more plastics and stuff, and then into a few jigs. Awesome. It was a bit of fun.
Awesome. Great. Glad you had a great time. Go and grab that fish and let it go, and you will see your results go up on the click-clack boards there. Unfortunately, they only ever go down. As we get more fish in, they never go upwards. Let's get the next bag in. This is Dylan Walsh. And Dylan, you had a great bag yesterday. You were sitting in the top 5, and you have got 1, 2, 3, 4 great bass here today. Dan, can you tell us how much Dylan needs to take the lead in the boaters division? 2.855. Let's have a look at this and see what he's got. How about 4.04 for a new leader in the boater division, mate? And feels good. What was your plan? Did you run around a lot or just fish one spot this weekend? What was the deal? And I'll get someone to come and grab these fish too and throw them back in the... Sorry, mate. I'm making you work, Ruben. What was the plan and the tactics for this weekend?
Nah, the plan was the same as yesterday. Went back to the same spot. We actually sat in the same spot for too long today. I went to start the boat with 15 minutes to go and it was flat. So good shout out to Anthony for bringing his jump pack down. That was real helpful. So now we're just fishing deep with ZX40s and same thing all weekend.
How many fish did you catch this weekend?
We caught a few. I wouldn't say heaps. We did catch a few, and a lot of them were undersized. And then when you did get the right bites, they were the good ones.
Awesome. And upstream or downstream?
Down both days.
Awesome. Well done. Go and watch that scoreboard and hope that the guys above you choke it today. 9.5 kilos for the beta. All right, Mr. Lennox, what do you got here? How many fish you got?
Three little ones. Three little ones.
Let me weigh these, and you can comment this weigh in, mate. Tell us what's going on.
Well, he's just quietly sneaking, make sure the numbers are in there. He's lightly putting on, make sure there's enough water in the bag. And here we go now at 1.6 kilos sold.
You caught barramundi on the Barra Tour this year that would have weighed 15 times that. We're going to see you on the Barra Tour again this year?
Make it up this year, yes. It'll be great. I've still got me light ready to go.
There you go. You still have it taped up. Thank you, Mark Lennox. He's all the way from Armidale there. That's why he's wearing thongs and shorts. He was wearing that at 5 o'clock this morning, thinking it was tropical. Mark Lennox. So interesting. Looks like the fishing was maybe a little bit tougher today than yesterday. Don't think it has much to do with the weather. I think it has to do with the fact there's been 50 boats out there pounding the life out of this river for the last couple of days, and the fish sometimes work out what's going on. As soon as I get the okay from the scorers, we will rev up the next ones. I might bring up a scoreboard here so that we can see what's going on. We good, Dan? All right, let's bring up the next angler. Who have we got there? That's Nigel and Tim. Nigel and Tim. Got 4 fish here, guys. Who's going to run us through the tactics for the weekend, Nige?
Basically, it was just a bit of plastics, little jig spinners today. A few Keytech plastics on jig spinners, pretty much, I think, got most of them. And Tim got a couple OK ones on jig, and yeah, that was pretty much it, mate.
Well, 4 fish, 2.96 kilos there, and you just need to find where those big ones are for next year, mate, and go and throw those back in the Clarence. Well done, guys. I'm going to pull up the scoreboards here, and I'm doing what you can all do at home if you want to see the full scoreboards. You go to abt.org.au, you go to the tab that says weigh-in and live scoreboards, and it'll tell you that at the moment leading this tournament, only a little way through the weigh-in, we have Dylan Walsh, who we just weighed in there, for 9.5 kilos. Second place, Craig Simmons with 8.315, and Mike Nelson sitting in third with 6.99, but he hasn't even weighed in today yet, so plenty of action still to come in the weigh-ins. Good, Dan? Giving us the thumbs up. Chris Banks, come and bring us a fat sack o' fish, mate. You had a good bag yesterday, and you got a decent bag there today, mate. Take us through the techniques you're using.
Yeah, so most of the bigger fish came on Bassman Spinnerbaits, funnily enough. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, got a couple on Vex Blaze, but yeah, good fish.
All right, he's got 5.11 kilos, which I think will put you close to the lead. I'm going to get the word from Dan. What did he need to take the lead, Dan? Well, you beat that, mate. You're a new leader, and Bassman Spinnerbaits getting the job done. You think you got enough to take it out, or you think someone's going to mow you from behind?
Oh, there's only hope, isn't there? He's fair few kilos up in front of us, so well, let's see how he went.
All right, well done. Congratulations. You want big fish? Yeah, go take that with you. Go over in the tub there and sort those big fish out. I'll tell you a little bit about the VMC Big Bass. It's $500 at the end of the weekend to the angler who catches the big fish. Dan, the Big Bass mark is 2.02, Dan? 2.03 it is, so it needs to be 2.03 to tie with it, or 2.035 to beat it, and sit solely on the $500 check. Not over, though, until the last person weighs in. So Banksy's got himself a big bass there. I know by the time when they hit the net, you think it's 3 kilos. Then by the time we get to the scales, it feels like 2 kilos. And then we put it on the scales, and it ended up being 1.96. Close. No cigar. Pull it off, and this should print out a thing for you. I'll bring it to you if it prints out, mate. Falls short by about 100 grams. Very classy bass, that one, though. We good? All right, who we got coming up next? Bill Rose, you up next, mate? And hey, Banksy, I'll get that bag back. Oh, you got it? Super. Bill, what's going on here, mate? You're a bit of a river rat. I'm expecting big fat sacks of fish from you, and you got 1, 2, 3 in there. Weekend was a bit tough.
Very tough for me, mate. But thanks to Glenn and his Bassman. No. Bladed jigs.
All right, so you got 3 fish here. 1.755 kilos for your 3. And locally made Bassman's, how far do you live from Bassman's place?
Not that far, probably 20 minutes, half an hour at the most. Yeah.
And he makes a good product, doesn't he, that these fish like?
He makes a top product.
Good stuff, mate. I'll let those fellas go in the river. Billy Rose fishing in one of the smallest boats in the field, that little Green Valley Hill boat. It's all about him. He can get into some sneaky little country with that. Good to see him catching some fish this weekend, even though they may not have been big enough for him to scare it. So let's have a look at the top anglers now. Chris Banks, who just weighed in, leading now with 10.68 kilos. Dylan Walsh in second with 9.5. Craig Simmons in third. Mike Nelson fourth, and Brian Everingham fifth. Mike and Brian have not weighed in this afternoon yet. In the non-boaters, Kelvin Hatton has 8 out of 8 fish for 11.1 kilos. Second, Jason DeForest Haddleton, 9.52. Tony Neal in third with 8.24. Fourth, Aidan Bickle, 7.1. And fifth, Shane Richards, 6.99, but he hasn't weighed in today yet. We ready, scorers? We're going to get the next bag up. Let's get Paul Mazzaroli up. He's bringing me the big bass bag back. Thanks for that, mate. I'll put that in the bucket of water here. And Maz, who are you fishing with again today?
John Ciancio.
Oh, and you have got a donk. You should have put that in the big bass bag. How many you got?
3.
3. 1, 2, 3 fish. One of them's an absolute cracker. We'll get him on there. 3 fish go 3.465 kilos. But I'm going to get you to dig that big one out. Take that bag back and take this one with you. That's it. And take that back and bring back that big one, because that is an absolute donkey, that thing. A lot of big, fat, pre-spawn bass here going on in the Clarence. Might have got washed down in that flood, who knows? Maybe just the flowing water gets them biting. 2.03 kilos, the big bass, mate. Do the Waymaster job. Throw him in there. Throw it. We'll place him in there and look at it. 1.82. Here we go. Let's get him there and bring that big bass back bag for me, will you please? So the VMC big bass is stayed still with Mike Goodwin, I think, at the moment, of that 2.03 kilo fish. $500 at the end of the weekend. Thanks for that. That's my big bass bag. I'll throw it back in the bucket here. Keep it nice and wet, waiting for the next one. Score is good. Ian Ratton now. I want to know how much Ian Ratton needs to take this thing, because you got a few good fish yesterday, Ian. And how did it go today, mate? Is that the wheels falling off?
Yes. The wheels fell off.
How many you got in there?
2.
2 fish. What did you get that big bag on yesterday, mate? What was the technique and where did you go?
On Daiwa jig spins, they're called. Rightio. Yeah, with a black grub on the back.
All right. And then 2 fish today. So what does he need to take the lead? 4.7 you need. You've got 2.12 for 2 fish, so I'll let you take that with you. No worries. I'm going to give you that. I don't think they're going to pop out. I just accidentally turned it off and on again, mate. So, oh, there it is. So Ian Ratton was one of the guys that might have challenged for the win today. Just a couple of fish short of his limit. He had the right sort of fish, just not enough of them. Sorry, mate. I got no receipts for you. If we need to review, we'll have to go to the video ref. Back to the live stream recording. Good, Dan? This thing's having a fit. All right, let's get Joey Urquhart up here. We saw Joey on the highlights last night. There's a little Ollie as well. All right, mate. How many you got there? 4 good ones. Put them in there. 4 for 4.845 kilos. I'll give one of them for you, one for Mick. Not going to be enough to take the lead, I don't think, but what did you catch those units on today? I see you headed that way again.
Yeah, mate, we went down the river and just threw spinnerbaits, just old school, hey. Actually, a quick little funny story. I was saying to Mick, we went down the river there and I said, yeah, you know, like last night I was a little bit down and thought I'd had a good bag. Woke up there this morning, saw Carl drop that 9.4 on the scales last night, and man, we were just, we were pumped, eh? We had a great day out in the water.
Awesome. And Ollie, how did the old man go good today?
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, grab the big bass bag. You want to go and sort that out over there. And Mick Horn, while they're sorting that out, I know Joey can pull that fella out there. You work for Rapala, our naming rights sponsor of this. You've won a tournament on the Clarence here before, but it was fishing for brim down below. What's it like to get back into the bass scene and go for a ride in some of these flash boats?
No, it's been awesome. It's good to get back into the tournament scene. I've always enjoyed it back 10, 15 years ago when I first started, and drawing Joey today was awesome because he fishes exactly the same way I do, and we had the best day tournament fishing today. Like whatever we did, we both sort of worked off each other and off each other's techniques, and once we cracked that pattern, we will catch and fish all day, and we upgraded a few times. So yeah, we had an awesome day.
What was the killer lure for you guys today? You had such an awesome day. What bait would you tie on?
It was white Bassman spinnerbaits. Yeah, we sort of on the pre-fish when I fished with Timmy, we were catching our bigger fish on white spinnerbaits, so that was pretty much the key. We just kept throwing white spinnerbaits all weekend, so yeah, it was awesome.
Well done. I'm going to get you to go and help Joey lug that lunker across. It's got to be 2.03 kilos to take it. Throw it in there, Joey. You know how to use the scales. You've done it before in the Bass Electric Series, but falls 300 grams short, mate. Here, Ollie, I'll give you these. Hold them for the old man. Thank you. See you, buddy. So had a crack at the VMC Big Bass. Didn't take it out. Score was good. Dan, we good? Yep. Thanks, mate. Next one up. Got Bo. We got Mark Parriott coming up. No swimming jokes this morning. But you stayed dry, but you didn't get yourself 4 fish. Only 2 little fellas there. What went wrong this weekend?
Went up and they weren't there, so I got those last 2 in the last hour.
So this was the face saver. These 2 fish. Let's get them on the scales for you. 2 fish for 1.13 kilos, and it was a great weekend on the Clarence. The weather couldn't be any better, could it?
Oh, it's fantastic. So bring on the next one. Bring on Cania and Somerset. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well done. We'll see you there. Thank you very much for following us all around the joint and fishing these events. Let's wait till the scorers get ready. Until then, we'll go through who's leading this thing. You can see it on the left and right of the screen if you're watching the live broadcast. 10.68 kilos for Chris Banks. Second place, Dylan Walsh. Third, Joey Urquhart. Fourth, Craig Simmons. And fifth, Ian Ratton. Unfortunately, guys, you only ever go down. You never go up after you go on the board there. So as soon as I get the thumbs up from the scorers, we will get away. We good, Dan? Okay, Bo, bring him up. Who did you fish with today, Bo? Andrew Lolback. Some bit of local talent on the river there, mate. And how many you got here?
We got our 4.
They don't feel real heavy.
No, if it was a catfish comp, we would have done well. We got one right at the end on a jig that weighed probably 8 kilo.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Big caddies in the Clarence. And 1, 2, 3, 4 fish there. Probably one of the smaller limits we're going to put on the scales here this weekend, but it's always to get a limit. Did you get a limit yesterday? So you have got an entry into the lose limit for this 2.05 kilos. And if Andrew caught a limit yesterday, he has one as well. So thank you very much, and thanks for your help getting us to Grafton here and telling all the worry warts that wasn't going to be a problem. There's plenty of bass in this joint. Let's have a look at the non-boater side. At the moment, we have leading the non-boaters, we have Kelvin Hatton, 11.1 kilos for his 8 fish. Jason DeForest Haddleton in second. Shane Richards in third. Tony Neal in fourth. And Mick Horn slipped up into 5th place with that 4.8 kilo bag that he dropped on the scales. We good, Dan? Alrighty-o. Who's next? This is Mal and Cameron. How many you got there, boys?
I thought it was a Grafton Club Day. We only bought 2 back.
2 back, all right, and 1.535 for those 2. But I think that was a pretty comfortable ride that you guys had down the river this morning. You've got the windscreen Skeeter.
Certainly, it's a great ride in that thing.
When it's like 10 degrees in the morning, you can get in behind the windscreen and you're laughing.
100%. it's got nice coverage for legs and face. It's all around boat. It's good.
Now, this is your first ABT event. You had a cracking bag yesterday, and it was a little bit tougher for you today. You're experiencing the highs and lows of tournament fishing. Everyone's good enough to win it, but you just have to have the day to make it happen. What do you recommend to anyone watching the live stream? Worth giving it a go?
Worth giving it a go, but bring enough money to pay everyone's fuel bill when you start at Lawrence and make them run all the way upriver. No, it was real tough out there, but thanks to Banksy and Mal for listening to all my stuff. Anyway, I was just throwing 4 rods and didn't stop all day long. So
that's what it's about. That's what tournament fishing is. I'll get you to get those back in the river, guys. Congratulations, and we will see you at the next one, because once you fish one, you get addicted. And we see you here for years and years. How are we going, scorers? Looking good? Chris Banks still leading. Dylan Walsh in second. Joey Oakart third. Craig Simmons in fourth. And Ian Ratton in fifth at the moment. Good, Dan. Rightio, Tegan Heath. Famous from his news appearance when it was flooding recently, mate. How many you got there?
Yeah, you got 4, mate.
And these 4 local fish, they were probably up near Bar Eagle a few weeks ago.
They probably were, mate. They weren't too far from Grafton, these ones.
All right, 3.185 kilos. Something went to print out there, but I never saw anything come out the end. So you may not have some receipts for those. But let me just pull this up. There you go, mate, just like Kmart. Good on you, Tegan. He was on the news there, fishing off his back porch virtually, taking his little tinny for a run, just like he does every day when it's flooding in this joint. All right. Probably around halfway through the weigh-in at the moment. We've got plenty of anglers still lined up waiting for bags. A couple of the leaders from yesterday we still haven't seen here yet at the tubs. You guys are good? Next angler up, please. Tommy Deere and Mick Goodwin. Mick, you're still hanging on to Big Bash, you know that. Holding on. Give us a look. How many we got in there? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But, mate, there's no 2.03s in there.
No, they got me nervous, though. There's a few good ones coming in.
All right. Well, let's get this on. Fishing with Tom, who's from South Australia, but basically lives anywhere where there's a fishing tournament. 4 fish there for 2.895 kilos. Tom, is that going to be enough to keep you up there?
No, I don't think so. No, I was hoping to move 2 spots today to get a paycheck, but I don't think that's going to happen.
All right, I'll blame the non-boater for you, no worries. If you just caught a 203 today, it'd be sweet. Thanks, guys. Watch that. The VMC Big Bass leader, Mix, from the back of the boat, had that yesterday, 2.03 kilos. So still safe for now. $133, we should have all boats in now. Don't know if anyone was late today or not, but everyone was all good, back on time. If they're late, they get a penalty, 50 grams for every minute they're late. So up to 15 minutes. After 15 minutes late, we disqualify their bag, and we go looking for them because they've obviously lost somewhere or can't start their motors up. Well, good, Dan. All right, next up, Mr. Bassman himself. Actually, leave those fish in there. Let's let them float in there for a bit. Come and have a chat to us, Glenn Casey. That's right. He knows how to do it. Drape it over the edge. Glenn, you are the naming sponsor for this round on the Clarence. You're a Northern Rivers River at yourself. You're only just up the road there, and we did the story with you the other day in your busy little factory. It is just a green shed with no markings on it, but, man, you are pumping out spinnerbaits so people catch fish on that bank there and on the other side of the planet, mate. Must be proud to see your product going so far.
Oh, mate, absolutely awesome. And the comp this weekend for Bassman to catch so many good fish this weekend has been fantastic.
Yeah, we were cutting up the highlights last night. Every second person had them tied on. Doesn't matter with the mumbler, the spinnerbaits, you make jig heads. Everyone's using them, and this dirty water, it's sort of ideal conditions for it, isn't it?
Mate, there's not much dirty water. You go upriver a little bit, and it's crystal clean. Yeah, but I'm just a little bit frightened that all my good bass from right up the top of the creek are down here now. So, no, it's been fantastic.
And how's it been to see? We came down and did a story with you recently, and we were thinking it's going to be awesome with numbers of fish and size of fish. How's it worked out? It's been awesome.
Mate, it's dead set fantastic, and I just think we need to do more river rounds to show people what is actually in our rivers. So I reckon it's awesome. And thanks to ABT for putting on such a great event.
Yeah, we don't get scared by a bit of rain a couple of weeks ago, mate. Go grab yourself that bag of fish. How many did you get, Glenn? How many you got? Three. 3 fish. That's what the scorers want to know. Throw them on the scales there. 3 fish for Glenn Casey. And who are you fishing with today? Mick Thompson.
Yeah, Mick Thompson. We had a great day.
Awesome. 1.79 kilos for you. There's a little souvenir, mate. Spend all that money sponsoring. What do you get? 1 bit of paper. Bloody useless, isn't it? Thank you very much, Mr. Casey. And Sue back home. I know she's probably watching the live weigh in there somewhere. She virtually pushed him out the door to go fishing. Based up in just out of Lismore, mate, the Bassman Spinnerbaits. You can get them at your local tackle stores. Go to their website and get them, I think, as well. We can buy them various places from Australia to America at the moment. Alrighty, scorers are good. Name is Killer and Jake. 1 fish there. I'll just let it. 625 grams for 1 fish. And we saw a bit of Anzac spirit this morning, didn't we? When that boat fell on the ramp, everyone just went and picked it up.
Yeah, it wasn't a good start to the day, but yeah, didn't get much better either.
All right, well, you got 1 fish there, mate. That beat the donut, and go give Killer one of those, and go lick the wounds from a tough day on the Clarence. We're not telling any stories about boats that may or may not have ended up on the ramp this morning. Plenty of hands to lift them up, though, and get them back on the trailer. All right, Braden, leave your fish in there. If you're next, leave your fish in there and come and have a chat to us. I've got Braden Shue here from Daiwa. And Braden, you were a bit of a Glenbourne king, mate. You're always up the top of the leaderboard at Glenbourne. But you're sort of working the rivers out, mate. How was it fishing out there this weekend? Was it a fun time?
Yeah, this weekend was a bit tough for me, personally. I dudded today again. I really enjoy fishing the rivers because you can throw nearly anything because they're so optimistic. They'll eat nearly anything, but a lot of the time they'll only eat a few things, which is the same problem. But I really enjoy them. You can, like I said, you can throw anything at them. Like I like throwing frogs and buzzbaits and whatnot. But yeah, I just couldn't work them out this weekend. So
all right, go get yourself some fish. How many have you got? Just the 2? 2 for Shue. I know Dave Mercer would have fun with that one. Throw them on the scales there, mate. 2 fish for Braden. They go 1.335 kilos, mate. There you go. Something to take a photo of and put on social media right there. Braden, of course, works for Daiwa, one of the great ABT sponsors as well. They sponsor the Daiwa Brim Tour, which we will be at next weekend down at Foster, about halfway to Sydney from here. Scorers catching up at the moment. Anyone here who wants to see how the results are, they're on the click-clack boards here. You will see the results going up. If any anglers want to volunteer to help put them up, you can come up and have a look at that. You get no closer look at the scoreboard when you put them up yourself. And we got Mitch Cone coming up next. Leave your fish there, Mick. Mitch, leave them in there while the scorers are getting ready. And you ran one of our cameras today, which means you're in the top 6 or 7 anglers. We've dragged you out of the lakes into the rivers here, mate. And did you have another good day today?
Mate, had a fantastic day's fishing. Not so much on the weight side of things, but yeah, the Clarence is on fire. It's red hot at the moment. We would have caught 30 fish, brim, flathead, mangrove jacks, bass. Everything. It was just, yeah, it's unbelievable. So get out there.
Get out there and get to Clarence. What does Mitchell need to take the lead? 6025. Go and see if you can grab me. Reckons he can get it if you can weigh him in twice, sequentially. Mitchy Cone from down in the Hunter Valley. Go throw him in there, mate. You got 4 fish? 4 fish and they weigh in at, they're a bit over half what you need, 3.425 kilos, mate. But any day you're catching 30 fish is a good day on Lewis, mate. So thanks for coming and getting your boat maybe salty a little bit where the mangrove jack was. All right, leave your fish in there, Mike Nelson. Mike is our leader from yesterday. While the scorers are catching up, we're going to have a chat to Mike today. Give us a little bit, come across this way a little bit once you get in front of that camera there, and give us a little bit of history of you on this river. We came here 2 times ago. Who won that event?
Me.
Yep. So last time we came here, who won that event?
Me.
Yep. Who was leading last night?
Me.
What does Mike need to take the lead? Have we got that on the scorers yet? He's got out there. You had 6.99 kilos. Were you pretty disappointed you couldn't put 7 kilos on the scales?
Look, I was pretty happy with 6.99 to be honest. 7 kilos is, that's close enough.
On the highlights last night, we saw a fish where you spun it around to the non-boater and you said it had fallen off the lure and you netted it before it got away. That's, you're having a good day when that's happening?
Yeah, well, as you know, Steve, you either have a good day or a bad day, and yesterday was a great day. Yeah. We didn't lose too many fish. We had a couple of bites that we missed, but, that bag sort of made up for it. Today was the complete opposite day where
pretty much everything went wrong. A couple of fish fell off. You know, it's just one of those days and things just don't go the way they should.
How many have you got in the bag?
Only got 3 in there today.
3. How much does he need to take the lead? 369. Go get some fish. We're going to see if you've got enough to retain that lead, and then after that to see if you've got enough to get paid. $11,000 cash we're giving away this weekend. 3 fish for Mike Nelson. Who are you fishing with today, Mike?
Good question.
My non-boater. And it doesn't feel like 3 kilos there either. Let's put it on. Let's get you out of your misery. 2.01 kilos. So there we go. There's some weigh-in receipts for you. You can. We were thinking you might have gone back to back to back, but unfortunately not right now. Let's see if you hang in the checks there, mate. Thank you very much for rocking those 13 reels that you've been throwing all weekend and looking after our sponsors. So there you go. I think that means Chris Banks is still leading this thing. There he is. Chris Banks leading with 10.68 kilos. Dylan Walsh in second with 9.5, and Mike Nelson slips into third with 9 kilos of fish. In the non-boater side, let's just have a quick look at how it's rocking at the moment. Kelvin Hatton still leading with 11.1 kilos. Jason DeForest Haddleton in second, and Shane Richards sitting in third place in there. Scorers are catching up at the moment. In the non-boaters, Mick Goodwin's in fourth, Tony Neal in fifth. We'll go through the fourth and fifth for the boaters as well. In fourth place at the moment is Joey Urquhart. Fifth place, Craig Simmons at the moment. And Mitchell Cohn, who just weighed in before, sitting in sixth. We good from the scorers? Who we got next? We got Nick Brunny. And, mate, that looks like a bit of a bigger bag than you had yesterday. What went on?
Pretty much did the same thing, and it paid off today. So we got it right in pre-fish, got it wrong yesterday, and got it right today.
Oh, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. How you got 1, 2, 3, 4 fish there? Let's get a weight on those guys. That's more like it, isn't it? 3.385 for 4 fish. 1, 2. There's your receipts there, and I'll give those to you, Angus, to go and put back in the water. And Nick, what was the gun lure for you today?
Cranks, just through cranks. Actually, a crank I borrowed, and Adrian Melchior was not getting back. Really, banged some good fish today, so I'm keeping it.
Awesome. He was here before. And I don't know if he's here looking now, but we'll tell him that he's not getting his lure back. Good on you, Nick. Thank you very much. Getting the job done. He did a great day in practice. Thought the wheels all fell off yesterday, but the wheels all got put back on today. That's how tournament fishing goes. So who's coming up next? Leave your fish in there, Trent, and come on up here. Trent Blake's going to weigh in next, rocking that big tinny, mate. And how did it go racing up the river? Did you go up or down today?
I went upstream today. I did all right. Did all right? Yeah.
Tell us about your boat. It's a tin boat. What's it got on the back? It's got some sort of weapon motor on the back.
Yeah, it's got a Yamaha 90 horsepower show. Pushes it along nicely. Wouldn't mind going a little bit faster, but hey, it's a nice boat. It's comfy. It rides. It handles the chop really well, especially from those wake boats up the river. Yep. And it's set out really well as well. So. Awesome.
How did your bag go today? Did you get a full limit?
Yeah, got a full limit. Got one nice one, which was a bonus, considering we only got 3 yesterday. Pretty much same spot, slightly different tactic. Yep. And yeah, the fish just ate this morning.
Awesome. Go get your bag of fish there. Trent Blake and his non-boater. What does he need to take the lead? About 8.7. If they're all 2 kilos, you got it nailed, mate. So, but we got here. You have got one real nice one in there. You want to have a go at him for the big bass, or is he a bit skinny? He's long and skinny. You've got 3.9 for 4 fish there, which is today is actually a pretty good bag. It was a little bit tougher today than yesterday. Get you to go and make sure you get a photo maybe of that big unit. That is a big, long fish. Chris Banks leading this event at the moment. Dylan Walsh in second. Mike Nelson's dropped to third. Joey Urquhart in fourth, and Craig Simmons in fifth. In the boaters and in the non-boater side of things, we have still Kelvin Hatton, Jason DeForest, Shane Richards, Mick Goodwin, and Tony Neal. Holding the top 5, Mick Goodwin's big bass of 2.03 kilos for yesterday. Still holding up. Scorers are good. Who's next? Got Keith coming up. Keith Spann. Rocking his tournament shirt there with the big Blues logo on there, mate. And how many have you got for us, Keith?
3, yeah.
3 fish today. 1, 2, 3 there. All right, sort of size fish. You just needed that extra one to get the limit. Move in a little bit if you want to be on the live stream. 2.4 for the 3 fish. Mate, what was your gun bait for the weekend?
Blades actually today. That was kind of what we cracked onto it then, but just, too little too late.
Too little too late. All right, mate, I'm going to let you go and let those fellas back into the Clarence River. An absolute pile of good bass coming out of the Clarence this weekend. Keith's from back up at Lismore Way. The grand final's going to be on his home river in a few months' time. There we go. So that haven't worried the leaders in the last couple of bags. But we still have Brian Everingham to weigh in at some stage this afternoon if he caught some fish. He was sitting in second place, ready to do a bit of swooping yesterday. Got some big ones coming, Nicole says. How's the battery going on the camera, all right? 45 minutes, all right. There are 2 other batteries in the box there if you need to swap them out. Scorers are good. Who's next up? Brad Wixon's coming up. Rocking a bag of bass in one hand, tin of Coke in the other. That's how bass fishermen roll. How many you got there for us, Brad? 2. One is a fair big un, and one is a fair little un. Let's get them on there. 2 fish for 2.31 kilos. Does that mean you're going to put the big one on for big bass and give it a go? Won't go 2.1? Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll give you the big bass bag because that little one is, look, only just legal. So let's throw him in that. We're going to bring him back. A just legal bass weighs around that 300 grams. So it's worth weighing, I reckon. If it's $500, I'll be weighing it. No, we can't confuse the scorers, mate. They have enough to do without me making their life difficult. Brad Wixon, 1 fish here. Was this yours, Brad, or your non-boaters? Yours. 1 big fish there. 203, it's got to beat. 1.7, it's all right. You know, last year, that would have won big bass in this joint, so beautiful big long fish. I was only just padding for time then, you know how it works. All right, scorers are good. Brett Hyde, you were sitting up there last night, just out of the top 10. We saw you on the highlights, whacking those Bassman, those bladed jigs into the mouth of the fish, the jaw knockers, and mate, you've just got one, but it's a good one. It's a big one. Yep. Tell us how you caught this one.
Guess what? Bassman jaw knocker, colour 51. It rocked it most of the weekend.
1 fish.
Yeah, 1 fish.
5 kilograms, mate.
Yeah, I suppose if you're only going to catch one, may as well make it a good one.
You know what I'm going to say? If you caught 4 of those, you would be knocking them dead here on the jaw knockers.
That's what we meant to do today, and only got the one, unfortunately. But
Tell us about the colour. What colour number is it?
Yeah, colour 51. It's kind of a camo-y type colour with a bit of orange underneath. But not hard to use. Throw them out, give it a couple of seconds to start to fall, and then wind them back. It's real easy. Anybody can use them, so I can go and catch some cracking fish on them.
And you sell them at Ballina Bait and Tackle?
Mate, certainly do. Massive range of Bassmen. Obviously, we all know Glenn's local, so and we support him. And, mate, why wouldn't you? Great product, catches fish.
Awesome, mate. Thank you very much, and thanks for supporting us this weekend. I'm sure he is looking forward to qualifying for the grand final on his own river. Thank you very much. There's the big bass bag. Stash that underneath. Scorers are good. All right, Greg Burke. See, I'm learning the names. I'm learning them. How many you got there today? 4?
4. Yes, 4.
Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and one of them's a real nice one as well, up in the high 1 kilos. 4 fish for Greg Burke and his non-boater. Bridget was the non-boater. Okay, 3.435 kilos.
3 in the last hour.
Really? So what, you had 1 in the last hour and bang, bang, bang?
Yeah, just up near the bridge.
Awesome. What was the lure? Anyone in the crowd here, what lure are they going to buy to throw up near the bridge?
I threw a mega bass jackal thing, whatever they're called, in the crawdaddy colour.
Awesome, awesome. Very good. That's a good bag of fish. Take him back there. That'll put you up the scoreboard a little bit. Get you some valuable Angler of the Year points. For Greg Burke, moves into 11th place. He's moved into there. Caught 2.85 yesterday and 3.435 today. While the scorers are good, or are they still catching up? Leave your fish there, Brian. Brian, leave your fish there, mate. We'll have a chat. Leave them in the tub there. Coming over and have a chat. Brian Latimer fishing the bluefin. You're the bluefin apprentice. You've been rocking that little bluefin. We saw some great highlights from you last night, catching those fish. How many fish did you catch yesterday?
Probably got upwards around 20 yesterday. Yep.
And we saw Jimmy's crack yesterday on there. That was lucky. You were at the wrong end of the boat to observe that, but the YOLO Tech pole got it.
Yeah, lucky it did. I didn't want to see it.
How many fish did you guys get today?
We've only got 4 legals, but we probably got about 6 smaller ones. So slower day, much slower day.
Go and grab some fish for us. Look at that. This is non-boated from yesterday. He's just giving you the service today. 4. Yep, they're just get them on there. 4 fish for 2.585 kilograms. I'll give you your tickets there. And that little bluefin, it rocks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I got it up to 56 Ks yesterday, so that was nice. Yeah, it got me around, did what it needed to do. It was really good.
You'll be in the bridge to bridge in no time. Good stuff. All right. Just waiting till the scorers catch up. You got to swap that battery out, Nicole. Oh, you plugged her in. Okay, good stuff. All right, just waiting to get the thumbs up from the scorers. We are getting towards the tail end of this weigh-in now. Still got a few of the leaders to... Has anyone seen Brian Everingham? He's going to rock up with some fish soon. He's waiting till the end, is he? He likes a dramatic finish. We have Chris Hickson at the bump tubs there, Nick Brown at the bump tubs. Oh, okay. Sue Casey is on YouTube watching. All right, good stuff. Well, Glenn should have caught more fish. If the scorers are good, who's up next? Jimmy Reed. Who are you fishing with today? With Chris Hickson, that's right. And you still got your same hat you had this morning?
Yeah. I didn't have to go back for it. You get in there, Chris.
What does Chris Hickson need to take the lead, Dan?
A lot more than he's got.
5.9. We had 4.7 yesterday. So you got 3.89 there. Look, I'm going to give you those things. Someone go and throw these fellas in the go throw them back in the water. And Chris Hickson, you ran that big Mercury up and down the river today. And how good has this joint been fishing? It's got fish from head to toe, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's fishing real good. We knew as soon as that rain came, and we saw this river go into flood, we're like, it's going to be a good comp because those big things that are all the way up the river can finally get down for a year and have a spawn. It's probably a bit early for them to be really loaded up and hammering them, but at least they're spread throughout the system, and you can't really catch them when they're doing what you want them to do anyway. But yeah, it's so good to see that they are. There's literally, I went down to McLean today and got most of the fish in that bag, and then hightailed it back another 15, 20 Ks above Graft, or it's actually probably 30 Ks above Grafton to try and catch some big ones. So it's so good to be able to travel that far in a river as well.
And how fast, just for the people in the crowd, how fast does that rig of yours travel up the river?
We actually changed prop last night, and it was doing 134 coming down the river this afternoon.
So you say those ski boats, see you later, boys?
Yeah, pretty much.
Good on you, Chris. Thank you very much. Runs the Bass Cat with the Mercury on the back. It's a big 300 horsepower race in Mercury. And he's moved into 4th place with that bag. In the non-boaters, where did Jimmy move to? James Reed. Can't see on there right now, so it probably means you're not in the top 10. Scores good. All right, who we got next? Nick Brown was fishing with Mick today. Mick Johnson. Bring him up, guys. How many did you get? You got 4 in there. Let's feel that bag. What does Mick need to take the lead, Dan? 15 kegs, you reckon? What does he need? 8.29. All right. Mightn't do it. You want to get in frame, you got it in here, boys. 3.195 kilos. And Mick, I know you like fishing the dams. There's a lot of dams we are, but how good is it fishing the rivers with fish like this in them?
Yeah, it's great. It's great fun, and like everyone's saying, it's great to be able just to do anything you want. You can mix it up pretty much, 4 or 5 different techniques this weekend, and they all worked. You just had to try and work them tides out, which I ain't used to.
Well, and there's sort of reasonable tides here. The closer you go to mouth, the bigger they get. You know that.
Yeah, right.
And there's salt in the water too.
Yeah, I stuck up that end.
All right, guys, I'll leave you to it. Well done. Thank you very much for bringing your boat down into the tidal waters, catching a big bag of fish. Nick Brown actually comes from Victoria, drives all the way up here, takes him about 15 to 16 hours every time he has a crack to fish an ABT event. All right, Rob Blackaby, bring us some fish up, mate. You're fishing in one of the smaller boats in the field, but you know most fish in this river by first name, and you've got a limit of 4 fish there for us today.
Bit better, yeah.
Good stuff. That's what did you weigh yesterday? What was your bag?
2.6.
2.6, all right. I reckon we're going to beat 2.6 today. It's always good to improve on the Sunday, and you've done that by near a kilo. You've got 3.355 kilos, mate. What is your favourite lure for fishing this part of the Clarence?
Jackal Reserve.
What's that? Is that a...
Surface hair.
Good man. I like a man that fishes surface.
That's all I fish. except for that.
Your biggest fish you caught in this bag, what did you catch that on?
Mega bass, spin drive, deep diver. So
So you like mixing it up and catching them on whatever you can catch them on. Go and let those pets back go in the river. We appreciate it when you fish with us, Blackie. You're a good man. All right. Got a few more guys lined up at the weigh-in tubs here. You know, yesterday every single angler that fished this tournament had a fish on the scoreboard. So that's how good this river's fishing at the moment. Score is good. Good, Dan. Yep, rightio. Who we got next? Matty Langford. Bring it up, Matty. Tell us what Matty needs to take the lead in this thing. It's got a decent bag. He's going to tell us a weight here that you need. 6.7. It's bigger than your bag yesterday. It's 4.52, and it'll probably get you up into paycheck range there, mate. But Matty, I'll give you those, Heath, just to go and put back in the water to have a swim. Oh, we have got. Well, why don't you go and unload the big one into there? That's a good idea. And Matty, you guide on dams, but you love fishing rivers, don't you?
Yeah, rivers are awesome because you got stuff to cast at. You don't have to get the spin rods out and throw long casts. But yeah, rivers are awesome. It's good to see the Clarence in such an awesome condition. There's some massive fish out there. I never thought you could catch fish that big in a river. So yeah, it's good to see so many big ones being caught.
And it's not even length, it's just the size of them. There are some big fish. And give it another few months when they're ready to spawn, they'll be even bigger.
Yeah, they're massive. So they're obviously feeding well. I don't know what they're eating. They're massive. They're fat and big roly-polies.
Now, you're sponsored by 13Fishing, who sponsored the Bass Tour here. Are the 13Fishing baitcasters doing you good?
Yeah, no, it's good. I used the Concept Z slide all weekend. And a lot of my fish I caught on the Rapala BX Brat. But yeah, I had to go to the old favourites as well, the Bassmans and that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, you can throw whatever you want here, but it's good to be able to use that gear, and it helps everyone.
And finally, how good was it to see Carl catch that near 10-pounder last night?
Yeah, he'd be pretty stoked about that. Did he end up making the 10? No, bugger, but yeah, righto. But no, he'd be stoked. He'd be happy just to have a good finish.
Well, let's see if we can say not only Carl got a big bass, let's see if these guys got a big bass as well. Bring it up. It's got to be 2.03 kilos. And give us a look at that big thing in there. It is big. It mightn't have the big enough guts on it to get across the line. But let's put it on. It's close, 1.94. It needed to eat about 3 more mice. Well done, guys. And it would have been all right. Another great fish coming in the Clarence. It's funny when a 1.9 kilo fish does not even get you close. Scorers are good. Rightio. Matty Cameron, who are you fishing with today? Graham Ford. And you brought me a big sack of fish yesterday, but a bit tighter today. How many in there?
3 little squeakers. Tiny.
3 little squeakers. Let's get the weight out of the road here. 1.6. You know those 3 weigh less than that last bass I weighed. Mate, what was the difference today? You guys did well on the practice, did well on the first day. Did the patterns just change today for you?
Yeah, they did. The big thing we found yesterday was current. We needed lots of current on certain areas, and that seemed to hold good fish and big fish. Today, we went to a different section of river primarily, and there just wasn't as much flow and probably not as many fish.
All right. Well, lessons learnt, mate. We appreciate when you fish with us. Thanks for having us here in Grafton. This place is awesome. All right. Scorers just getting those results in. I'll run through the top 5. Chris Banks still leading. Dylan Walsh in second. Mike Nelson third. Chris Hickson moved up to 4th. And Joey Urquhart sitting in 5th in the non-boaters. Let's get to the top of that non-boaters list. We now have Kelvin Hatton sitting on 11.1 kilos. Jason DeForest second. Shane Richards third. Michael Goodwin 4th. Tony Neal 5th. Thank you for the big bass bag. Sorry you didn't make it. Scorers good. Who we got next? Heath, Blakey. Heath and Chris, come on up, guys. Oh, and you got a decent sack of fish there. How many you got? There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, good weekend. We got me 8, so I'm really happy with that, Steve-O.
Well, you are in the draw for the lose limit now at the grand final. You might win yourself $2.5 worth of lose gear. Those 4 fish weigh 3.625 kilos, mate. And you're sort of a bit of a local here, mate. What was your gun lure for this weekend?
Look, we used a lot of cranks, but I think the bigger fish I got, beetle spin or a jig spin, just on a few rocks and that. Rock walls were the key for us, so, good day.
They don't mind a spin and blade, these bass, do they? That's a great bag of fish. Go let them back in the river. All right, we are coming towards the tail end of this, Wayne. Are you going to put on a show here for us, Brian? I know you're sitting in second and he's sitting there going like this, so who knows? Because I do think this is going to be given away this afternoon. We've got $3,000 for the winner. Brian, have a look at that, mate. Should I write your name on it yet? No? All right. When the scorers are good, they're getting there. Dane Price, bring up your fish. Dane had a bit of a tough day yesterday. Looks a bit better today, mate. What did you weigh yesterday?
3.6 or something yesterday, thereabouts.
All right. And you need about 7 kilos to take the lead today, but you got some real nice fish in there. What do you think this bag's going to weigh?
Definitely not 7 kilos. Hopefully over 5 though.
Okay, let's see if it goes over 5 kilos for you. Dane Price, fishing upstream, I assume?
Yeah, all the way up.
There you go. You're going to be very happy. 5.185 kilos today. Won't put you in the lead, but it'll get you up there. What was your gun bait for these things?
Both jigs and cranks, they both worked pretty good. They were eating the cranks better, but we caught more fish on jigs. I got some good footage for you as well. We had James throw a jig in, bust it off. I threw the crank in, caught it.
Awesome.
Both lures in its mouth.
Oh, really? Awesome. And if that's on camera, you'll see that on the highlights package during the week. Thank you very much for running the camera. Thanks very much for catching those fish and bringing them into us. Let's just have a look and see where that. Let's see where that gets you on the list. Dane Price sitting in fourth now for 8.815 kilos. Yeah, we'll hold Brian till the end. Let's do it. Score is good. Alrighty-o. Let's get Lloyd in, eh? Oh, we're going to get Keegan up. All right. All right, mate. I thought since you were setting the camera up, you're going to bring me an 8 kilo limit, mate. What's going on here?
Not today. She's a little bit light on today. No, just tide dependent, and the tide just didn't do anything today. So I was just I had one spot that was a good snag that was holding a lot of fish this morning. We caught them. Did catch fish. They were just 29s, and yeah, the big ones just didn't want to eat for me.
All right. There's one fish. It's a decent fish, 865 grams. But you do have to go and work on your maths. You have to work on your tides, mate, because we have 2 a day here. I know in the lakes you get 1 every 5 years.
Yeah, I know. It's good, eh? All right, thanks.
All right, mate. Thanks, Keegan. Thanks for supporting us. Bit of a character always. Follow him on his KPF fishing, I think he said it was the other day. Plenty of YouTube content there if you want to watch the man in action. Scorers are just getting those fellas in. Lloyd, why don't you leave those fish in the water, come and have a chat to us while the scorers get up to speed. And Lloyd, you're in one of the smaller boats, I suppose, in the fleet, one of the tinnies, but it doesn't mean you don't catch good fish because you're always up near the pointy end of the leaderboard, mate. What's it like running with all the big boats in a tinny? It's not really an obstacle, is it?
No, it's not an obstacle. They take off and I've got nice flat water when they're all gone. Yeah, I haven't seen a boat catch a fish yet, so don't think you need a $100,000 boat to come tournament fishing. 4.1 tinny with a 50 on the back, and I'm home and host.
Awesome, mate. And you've had a couple of good days on the river. It looked like a decent bag of fish you got there. Tell us about today.
Today was a bit of a slow start. We got 2 crackers and 2 little ones. With the same technique yesterday, throwing cranks and just sort of come on. I was waiting for that tide to stop and start pumping out, but a lot of movement and tide down at Lawrence Ferry. So
awesome. Yeah. All right, we'll go grab that bag of fish. What does it need to take the lead, Dan? Just for academic purposes. 6, 8, 9. If they grew in, it's a decent bag of fish. Needs to be 6, 8, 9. You just need 4 of those big ones in there, don't you? 6.89. He's looking forward to take the lead, but this might get you into the paychecks. That is a good bag for today. 4.925 kilos for Lloyd. Well done. And you love a tournament where you can go and catch them on crankbaits, don't you? Awesome. All right. Is this our last one? Okay, so we have 2 to go. All right. Anthony Duff, we're rocking his Clarence Valley Sport Fishing Club jersey. Who are we going to weigh first? Are we going to weigh you first or are we going to weigh Duffman first? You reckon we made Duffman first? Oh, come on. Duffy, go and put those in. Give him a swim in there. Mick will look after those for you. Come and have a chat to us. Anthony Duff, you're a local on the river here. You were sitting up there yesterday. What weight of fish did you weigh yesterday?
Was it 4.8 something, 7, something like that?
Yep. And you had some, I saw on social media, had some nice photos of those fish. They're big, fat fish at the moment. Did your boat go that way this morning or that way?
No, I went back up and ran pretty much the same pattern as what we did yesterday, and totally different result, different tides, and end up dropping about a 4 kilo bag, seen them, and just it's like it hurts. Whereas yesterday they all stuck, and today they didn't stick, so that was the difference.
Do you reckon that's the pressure? You know, like they're biting real good on the first day, but they're a bit shyer on that second day?
Yeah, well, there's 3 on jigs that come off. Like normally they're jammed in pretty good, but they popped off and one was on a hard body.
Yep.
And yeah.
All right. Well, what does Anthony need to take the lead in the boater section? 581.
I'll need about 2.5 of those bags.
All right, Al, we'll bring it in. Go on, let's put you out of your misery. 581 you need to take the lead. We were sitting up there yesterday, so it's not bulging, is it? The bag is not bulging. You've got 4?
Yeah, there's 4 in there.
Put them on the scales. Yeah, definitely not 5.8, is it? 2.115 for 4. And that is a different day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how good is it to see the river fishing so well, though, after the floods are only only a few weeks ago?
Yeah, 4 weeks, and she's just absolutely firing like a champion, yeah.
That's it. I looked at the highlights last night. Up the river, it actually looks clean, the water, like clear.
Yeah, it looked a little bit dirtier today. I don't know if there's a little bit of stuff pushed through, but it chops and changes. Like we get a bit of stuff coming out of the Aurora. We'll see switch it up a bit. But that tide was just so different today to yesterday, just like a slow rise. It was, yeah, shocking.
Brim fishermen like a rising tide, mate. Grab that bag of fish, mate, and go and lick the wounds. Had a chance here to do real well today. That is very good. And he is another one who has got an entry into the lose limit. So that leaves us one angler left. Let's get Banksy up. Where is he? Where are you, Banksy? Leading at the moment. Strutting on up, mate. This side. When you walk in front of the camera, wave to the camera and you go in front of it. That's it. Come up here. Chris Banks is our current leader. I'll just tell you what he's got. Let's open this up. Let's put it on the side. He has got 8 out of 8 for 10.68 kilos. Sitting on a $3,000 check at the moment. I'll just hold this one, eh? Let's hold that one there. Cool. Just hold it there. Stand on this side. Stand on this side. We've got Brian Everingham. He's already got a good limit yesterday. He caught yesterday 6.515. What does he need to take the lead? Come on up, Brian. He won the grand final in the Richmond a few years ago. Lovely near $70,000 Bass Cat boat. What does he need? 4.16. Ooh, let's put it on. Get in shot, mate. Get in shot. 4.165. Have a look at this. 4.11 kilos. Second place. Before I get you to take off, where's Joey? Joey's going like this. You want to weigh one for Big Bass? Let's put it in. Come on, here we go. Throw him in there. And go and throw those ones back in the tub. Big Bass is 2.02 kilos. Oh! He has literally and metaphorically stacked it today. 1.68 kilos. There you go. This can be, there's a whole heap of stuff coming out there. There are your receipts. Go put that Big Bass back in. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to get him back up because I want to see him walk across that mud again. We're going to get to you. We're going to get to you, Banksy. Mate, here, wash it in here. Wash it in the Big Bass tub. Brian, let's just recount a few years ago when you won that Bass Cat boat. What did you win by?
10 grams, spoonful of blood. Spoonful of blood.
Now, this one here was probably 3 or 4 teaspoonfuls of water. This one, it's like all sport, isn't it? Like you can be at both ends of the stick.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's a mental thing as well. You know, to go out there today and just focus on what I had to do. It was I had to take a step back around 8 o'clock and actually had to have a rethink because I hadn't even put a fish in the tank by then, and I just went back to what I was doing yesterday and just fished lighter more than anything to try and get the bite. So
awesome, mate. Well done. You gave it a real good shot. We got a good paycheck for you, but you can piss off now and put those fish back in the river. Banksy, come here, mate. Been a long time coming. You've had a few goes at this thing and you've done pretty well in the past. This is your first big ABT event you've won, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, lots and lots of places and nowheres and big days and wet days.
This is one sport where if you like tournament fishing, you got to get used to losing, don't you? Like the best tournament fishermen in the world win about 1 in every 10 or 1 in every 20 tournaments. It's not like the best sprinter or swimmer in the world. They win every time they go out. So you got to accept the donuts with the wins. How good does it feel to finally have the W?
Oh, sensational. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so...
We'll talk to you a little bit in the final presentation, but just while everyone's here now, run us through the bait and the area of the river that you worked in.
So basically, whole weekend on pre-fish day, made a run up to Coppenhurst. Found some good fish up there. Got a 1.6 in pre-fish on a good snag. Wandered around a bit, had a bit of a look, just using live scope, looking around, seeing the fish. That played a big part in it, obviously. Sort of just left and thought, come back tomorrow and give it another go. And that's what happened yesterday morning. So,
what was the bait you used to get the fish in the box?
Bassman spinnerbaits.
There you go.
Yep. So, it worked well. Yep. All the big fellas came on that. Beetle spins and stuff as well. Quite made up for bags earlier on in the day. Today it was the spinnerbait, and even the first big fish today came on a Vex blade on the bottom. Yep. Michael Goodwin, he put me onto this morning. He said to me, "Mate, fish on the gravel. The fish are coming out into the gravel. Use your blades." Yep. So I got up on a snag and watching them swimming in and out this morning on the live scope, and put the blade down and made a big fella picked it up, and I said, "It's got to be a flathead."
You're a Coppenhurst, remember?
Oh yeah. And just took it out in the open. Really good fish.
Awesome. Well, that's a great story. We're going to just break the live stream for a minute and go on hold while we check those results. We're going to be back with the presentation in around 10 minutes' time. Round of applause for our boater champion here, Chris Banks. Well done, buddy. All right, we are ready to do the presentation here. There's the world's quickest turnaround. Checked all of those nearly 100 anglers' results, and we have the top 11 boaters and top 11 non-boaters, top 10 boaters to get some cash and prizes here this afternoon. Any anglers over that way? Come on across. You might be the one missing out on grabbing a prize. And a big thank you to all the live stream viewers that have kept up with us through this weigh-in. Plenty of big fish coming in. Plenty of fish caught on the naming sponsor, Bassman Spinnerbaits baits, and plenty caught on the 13 reels, the naming sponsor of the event. Great to see the sponsor's product getting used. Let's start at the non-boater side. 11th place. I don't have any weights on there, but I can look them up. Barry Reynolds, come and get yourself a BMC Suffix back, Barry. Gone. All right. He's gone. All right. Oh, there we go. We've got the weights here. This is exactly what I need. Thank you. The non-boaters. All right. 10th place. We got it here. He caught 8 out of 8 fish for 784 kilos. Damien Kratz. Come and grab yourself a prize, Damien. Gets a VMC pack here. Grab that on the way through, and Nicole will take a photo over there. Got it set up here, so when you're on the way through, non-boaters, you've got to wave to your folks in the camera there. You can do that if you like. 9th place, he caught 7 out of 8 fish for 7.925 kilos. Jason Sheehan, come and get yourself a Mollix pack. Jason? Here he goes. Dan will give you that prize out the front there. Stand in front of the camera here, Dan, and do that. Well done. That's it. Nicole will take a photo. In 8th place, I think it might be his first ABT event. He caught a full limit for 8.15 kilos. Wins a Tackle Tactics pack. Heath Kimber. Come and get yourself some kit, mate. All right, in 7th place, he also caught a limit 8 out of 8 bass for 8.225 kilos. Wins a Keytech pack. Adam Wilson. Come on, Adam. They are some fancy pants there, mate. Very fancy. That's it. And Nicole, go take a photo. In 6th place, and he's had to run, but he's got Anthony Thorpe coming and get this for him. Wins a Suffix pack for his 8 out of 8 bass for 8.24 kilos. Tony Neal -A Thorpe. Good on you, mate. Well done on winning a non-boater prize. Yeah. Good on you. Yeah, we'll put your photo up. Let's do it. You snooze, you lose. In 5th place, and he also wins the VMC Big Bass Award, which is down under here. There's a badge on the back of that. But he also wins a pair of Maui Gyms for his 8 out of 8 fish for 3.55 kilo limit. Mick Goodwin, come and get yourself some kit. And before you take off, come around the side here, mate. I just want to ask you about that big fish. I want to know what you caught it on. I want to know all the details about it. Tell us all about it. 2.03 kegs.
Well, it was probably the best flathead I've ever caught because that's what I called it for when it hit. It was a Vex blade. I threw it out on a gravel patch out in the middle of the river. We were getting them schooled up in a hole, and I just said, Dylan Walsh I was with, so we'll throw it out in the gravel patch, see what happens there. And I actually just thought it was a big shovel. It just didn't do anything. It was just heavy, and then I played up, and I popped the stinger off it, and I said, it's shaking its head off, beauty, we'll get rid of it there, and it rolled on the side, and we went shit, and we backed the drag off and held on for the best, so that's how I come in, so, awesome, yeah.
Well, you've won $500 and a near $500 pair of sunglasses. Go get your photo taken, mate. Well done. Thank you. Never assume it's going to be a flathead. In 4th place, he wins a great Pro Lure prize pack for his 6 out of 8 limit for 9.115 kilos. Shane Richards. Come and get it, buddy. Well done. Monster Pack of Lures, go get your photo taken. In 3rd place, he was late to the briefing, but he was not late to the weigh-in at all. He wins a Daiwa pack, including an Excella 2500 reel. He caught 8 out of 8 for 9.165 kilos. James Browning. Good on you, James. Told you that was a good draw you had this weekend, wasn't it? There you go. Nicole, go take a photo that'll go up on Facebook tonight. In second place, he wins an EJ Todd's pack and he wins a 13 reel. That is a good pack together there. He caught 8 out of 8 for 9.52 kilos. Jason Sherwood DeForest Haddleton. Where are you, buddy? Come on up. Why Sherwood? Because he lives in DeForest. Good on you, mate. And go over there, and Nicole will take a photo. We're going to have a chat to the guy that wins the last thing, though, because the winning non-boater gets one of these great Joey Urquhart built trophies, a pack of Bassman Spinnerbaits that is taller than Glenn himself, and a 13 Concept A2 reel. Only taller when he's lying down on his back. We know how it works. He caught 8 out of 8 fish for 11.1 kilos. Kelvin Hatton, come and grab yourself a prize, buddy. And bring all that around the back here for a start before you get your photo taken, because you've got to pick up this great trophy. And Kelvin, I now know, come over here, I now know why you were so keen to get a weigh bag today, mate. Did you know you had a shot at it when you were out on the water?
Yes, I did. I was lucky enough to team up with Brian Everingham yesterday morning, who got second, and Simo this morning. And Simo was totally different fishing from one end of the river to the other. So I had to. I was all geared up this morning to do the same sort of fishing as I did up the river, and then I soon had to change when I got down here. And
you had a great day with Simo and the big bass cat.
I sure did. It was great. No, it was really good.
What was your main bait for the weekend that you don't want to come to the Clarence without?
Whopper plopper.
Yep. Top water.
Yep. Spinnerbait.
Yep.
And quite a little 2.5-inch grubs.
So we can do it all from the back of the boat, and your boaters were good. Anyone out there thinking of fishing an ABT event from the back of the boat, what's your advice to them? Have a bit of fun?
Have a go. It's awesome. Yep, it's really awesome.
All right, well, grab that trophy, and congratulations for our winning non-boater, Kelvin Hatton. Well done, Kelvin. Go and get your photo taken. Watch that slippery mud there. You took out Evo before. And don't go anywhere, because we're going to interview you for an interview this afternoon. Let's get into the boaters. And I'll give you those, Dan. In 10th place, gets no money, but gets a Eco Gear and EJ Todd's pack. He was first out of the real money, Craig Simmons. Come up and get yourself a prize, buddy. What do you mean, thanks for nothing? There's a badge, there's an envelope, there's some lures. Let me say that if you only caught another 140 grams of fish or something, you would have been sweet. Let's go to it. It goes to the money now, and I have got the amounts there, so you can have those. 9th place, he wins $600 for his 8.5 kilo full limit. Matty Langford, come and grab yourself some coin, mate. He's the 2020 Angler of the Year, and he's not doing himself any disservice for the 2021 title at the moment. Thanks, mate. In 8th place, another $600 check. He caught 3.7 on the first day, 4.8 on the second day. Joey Urquhart, come up, buddy. And Joey, just quickly before you get your photo taken, mate, just sneak around here. And how good was it to see Evo at the other end of the stick, mate?
It was a little bit good, but I do feel sorry for him because I know exactly how he feels. Only it wasn't for a $60,000 bass boat, I guess.
It was only, it was approximately 5% of that.
Yeah, no, good on him. I feel for anyone like that. Everyone's been there at one stage in their career, and it doesn't feel real good. But it's been fantastic to come in this weekend, and big shout out to Glenn. Hey, it's not a little amount of money to put one of these events on. It's a big chunk of money. So good on him and Sue. It's great to come here, and all my fish come on Bassman. We know what karma is like from using sponsored gear. So
well done, Joey. Good on you, mate, and well done. Thanks again, Glenn. All right. 7th place, he wins $700, which is probably the amount of fuel he burnt this weekend. Chris Hickson, he got 8.665 kilos. Come and grab yourself a prize check, mate. And I'm not even joking, you probably did go through that in 3 days. All right, mate. Go get a photo taken over here with Nicole, mate. In 6th place, in the boater division, he wins $800. He caught 8.715 kilos for his 2 limits. Lloyd Brown, come and grab yourself $800, buddy. There's both ends of the spectrum there. There's 134 kilometres an hour and about 40 kilometres an hour right there. Go get your photo taken over there, Lloyd. The fish don't know what you're sitting in. In 5th place, he wins $900. He is pretty mean when it's a jig bite, and he did all right this weekend. He caught 8.815 kilos of fish for $900. Dane Price, come and grab yourself some prize money, buddy. One of the few anglers smart enough to wear gumboots this weekend. Go get your photo taken. In 4th place, we were thinking that maybe he could have gone a three-peat, 3 events in a row, but he fell a little bit short today. But he still wins $1,100 for his 9-kilo limit of 7 fish. Mike Nelson, come and grab your prize money. He is rocking that Mercury-powered Phoenix boat there up and down this river. Distinctive green colours. And go get your photo taken there, Mike. Hey, Mike, don't need you for an interview today, mate. Real sweet. He's really good at it. He does it before. In 3rd place, and this is the top 3 anglers. How good is this? Mercury, new bass sponsor this year. Top 3 anglers all using Mercury product. So he gets the 3rd place Mercury bonus for $75, plus another $1,300 for his 9.5 kilos of fish. Dylan Walsh, come and grab your gear, buddy. Rocking the Japanese dancing sandals. Awesome. Good stuff there, Dylan. $1,375 payday. Second, he gets the 2nd place and also the 2nd Mercury bonus, which is worth $125. He nearly came through this weekend, but he adds $1,500 to that Merc bonus. He caught 10.625 kilos. Brian Everingham. Come on up, buddy. Congratulations, mate, and we're going to... Yeah, come and have a chat, buddy. We're just watch the slippery bud there, mate. We know you nearly stacked it. But, Brian, it's not often you have a chance to win these events, and you were in a prime position last night to swoop. It's always a little bit less pressure being in 2nd place. You think you're on the fish to win it, and you just failed to execute today?
No, I pressured my spots pretty hard yesterday, and I knew it was going to be tough today, plus the extra boat traffic that we had up there. So I just had to do the same technique, but a hell of a lot lighter. I went back to a 1/8 jig and just fished a lot slower. So and just try and encourage them into biting.
Your gun technique for the weekend, if you were going to go back up there tomorrow and squeak him out, what would you be throwing?
Jig. Yeah. Jig. I was running. The boys were a bit surprised. I was running a jig on 14 pound braid, 18 pound leader, and just dropping it deep in the timber. So just those real thick bottle brushes and any trees that were laying out deep in the water as well, they seem to sit on the heads of them as well. So
and you've got to get in there to get them, don't you?
Yeah, my oath. And with that extra heavy leader, you can just sort of seesaw them in, so and then give them nothing. So you'll see it on the video.
Awesome, mate. We're looking forward to those highlights. They will be up during the week. Round of applause for our 2nd place, Brian Everingham. But this is the man that's been waiting for it for a while. He had a 1.96 kilo fish in there to anchor his 2 limits. The 2 limits went 5.57 kilos on day 1, followed it up with another 5.11 kilo on day 2. He wins a Concept Slide Z reel, which is the one the guys have all been talking about, no ball bearings. $3,000 for the prize money, another $250 for running a Mercury, and of course the wonderful Joey Urquhart trophy here. It breaks about the 13 Fishing Bass Pro Series and this Bassman event. So let's get him up here. Chris Banks, come and get your prizes, buddy. There he is. He knows where to go. Well done, buddy. And we had a little bit of a chat before about your techniques up there. You ran up the river again, basically as far as you can go. you can't go. Ever thought about getting a jet boat to get up the rapids there to those next holes?
Yeah, need it. Yeah, I haven't looked at the prop yet after the first dead man, so... Well, she was pretty shallow up there this morning, but I knew there was 2 fellas above me, so I thought, let's go.
Mate, Bassman's the naming sponsor of this round. We always talk about sponsor karma, that if you're using the gear, you always end up doing well. Tell us the exact Bassman you would be tying on if you were going to go up there tomorrow to catch the big fish. What is it?
I'd prefer to show you because I'm colourblind. I don't know what colour it is. But, yeah, I'll put a video up later on and we'll show you some.
We'll do the interview?
Yep. But, that's what did the trick all weekend. Other than there was a couple of Vex there as well, obviously. And but, yeah, the Bassman Spinnerbait, just pulled the bigger fish. So... Yeah.
Now tell us about any sponsors that you have. You're reasonably local here, so it's not a 2,000-kilometre trip to get here. Tell us about your sponsors, and also, were you excited or not about that flood that went through a month ago? Did you think it was going to turn them on, or did you get a bit the negative Nancy's about it?
Yeah, no, I was a little bit excited about it. So the week prior, I came up here and actually fished in the floodwater. Couldn't sort of get much further than Rogan's. She was pushing pretty hard up there, so. But I thought with all that water coming down, there's always big fish up around the gorge and stuff, and I thought, well, maybe they'll come down, and sort of found that clearer water. Went up above the Arara, knowing that that's just going to push mud for a while yet. So, just headed up and found that slightly cleaner water, and looking around, using the live scope, seeing the fish on the snags. They were there. They were good sized fish. They weren't big schools of little fish, but just the odd big one coming in and out. So that's sort of what we were targeting. Explain to the people that don't have the live scope, it's sort of nearly cheating because you can see every fish in every snag, can't you, really? Oh, 100% cheating, yep. It's great gear. You can look out in front of you. Sort of up to that 30-odd metre mark is brilliant. Sort of 5 metres deep, 6 metres deep. And you can sort of see the fish on the snags and stuff well before you get there. Then once you chuck even a spinnerbait, you throw it in and you can actually see it falling and stuff. So great to watch the fish come out and actually react to it. You learn a lot about fish when you know what they're sort of reacting to. Awesome, mate. Any sponsors you want to thank? So obviously Garmin are up there. They've supported me for the last couple of years. Really, really good. It's been great. Mo Tackle and Outdoors, North Coast Boating Centre, Vex Performance Lures. All those guys have been looking after me for the last sort of couple of years. It's been great. So I really appreciate all the help, and their support gets me here. Yep, and it got you the win. That is a massive pile of gear. Don't go anywhere because we're going to interview you later on. A final round of applause for our boater champion this weekend, Chris Banks. Well done, buddy. And one more, a massive thank you to my wife, Nick, and my two girls, Willow and Poppy. They don't see me a lot on weekends, as everybody would know, and she's fantastic. Nick really looks after me with that side of it. Never complains that I go away. Awesome. Just mate, without her, I wouldn't be here either. Awesome, mate. Well, I'm going to give her the check. That's awesome. Sweet. Thanks, guys, and travel safe. Thank you for having us, Grafton. We had a great time here. We'll see you next event.